weeks and we felt so infinite.
Moncrieff, congratulations on a #1 album.
Thank you very much.
It might be sitting very prettily in the background there. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah.
Can I say, I'm going to ask you in a second, can I say the video of you breaking the news to your mom is one of the sweetest things I've seen in a very, very, very long time. What is the first thing you did when you found out that you had reached that #1 spot?
Well, I had just moved into a new place and I was on a blow-up mattress in a completely empty room with the paint was chipping all over the walls. So probably just shouted really loud in this empty room. I think that's what I did.
You're on your own?
Yeah, I was completely on my own. I was like, it was really like, everything was so hectic. That week, I just finished like my last pop-up show in London, and I had to move my stuff in that same day and all this crack, and it was all a bit emotional. It didn't feel real. Let out a proper good shout, did a couple of laps of the room, and then called the mother. You know,
her reaction, because it's one thing for people to see that you've reached #1, but it's another for the people that have been in your life, that have been with you every single step through, you know, the heartache when it's gone wrong, the highs, the lows.
Yeah.
For her, that was the moment.
Oh yeah, you can hear it, you know, and I knew she was like, she felt like, because she hadn't heard from me during the week, that it was done, you know. She didn't even want to get in touch with me, you know.
She was afraid.
Yeah. And so, yeah, God love her. She's such an angel, you know. So yeah, it's nice. Those kind of moments and those little things are probably kind of what makes it worth it, you know.
You're going to play the Breakwater in a number of weeks, but you're also hitting Wexford at a pivotal time. Have you heard of the phrase "up the Fleadh"?
I've heard the phrase "up the Fleadh." I'm not quite sure exactly the gravity of what's going on, but I need to start educated
by telling you it's mad in the best possible way, but you've got to work on your "up the Fleadh," right? So okay. It really needs to be like "up the Fleadh."
You up the Fleadh?
Yeah, that'll do. I don't think you realise how, because we didn't until last year.
Okay.
It's wonderfully insane and magical and amazing, right? You're going to come to Wexford. That's going to be going on, and then we're going to come see you. How do you feel about coming back to such a beautiful town?
Honestly, the first time I ever played a little show in Wexford, it was a couple of years ago, and it was a pop-up show for to raise awareness for men's mental health after I put a song out called Young Men, and that was so special. That's like the one memory I had, and to come back and to play to like probably near 3,000 odd people and it's going to be the biggest show that I've done so far.
Really?
You know, yeah. In Wexford, in close, like just down the road from my hometown, is really special. You know, can't really quantify it just yet.
I know. I was there the night that you played a couple of years ago, and that was a really special gig because everybody in that room was just on your side, but it was also for, as you said, such a special cause. People, I don't think, it's hard to explain, isn't it, or to understand until you're standing on that stage and you look out and you realise that everybody there is with you 100%. You know, that they're actually like in it with you.
Yeah, and I think like, do you know what, it's Waterford and Wexford people, I think we like to distance ourselves, but we're the southeast people, you know.
Yeah, we are.
We're from the southeast. We love the beach. We love going down and like we love the water. We love this part of Ireland, and it's gonna be a fun mix of like people that I've grown up with, people that have raised me from my hometown, and people that have sort of embraced what I've done here in Wexford, you know.
That's special.
Yeah.
The album, as we mentioned, Maybe It's Fine, it's a real mix of there's a bit of gospel, there's a bit of pop. What is it for you that stands out? 3 words to describe. Maybe it's fine.
Maybe it's fine.
And don't use maybe it's fine. 'Cause that would be cheating.
That's what I called it. Yeah, I think it's funny. Like it is a big collection, and I've always, like, I'm a massive perfectionist, and I always want everything to fit perfectly in with each other. And I always realized that, I realized at the end of it that my journey hasn't been a perfect journey. You know, like, it took me nearly 10 years to get my debut album out. You know, I left home in Waterford, like, at a time when my brother had passed away, and I was trying to keep my head above the water, and music was that thing, you know, and it was that vessel for me to try process that grief, and then process where I'm at in the world and what my voice is. And, like, that's the story of that thing. I know this is way more than 3 words, but like, I would say, yeah, the imperfect, hope, sexy.
Oh, I'm glad you said it. It'd be weird if I said it. Talk to me.
I'll take it.
Talk to me about the personal element of it.
Yeah.
Because I think what's touched people, and what I was trying to, I suppose, get to when I was talking about you being on stage and feeling like people were with you. They're with you because you've shared so much of yourself through your music and through interviews that you've done over the years. You've never shied away from that.
Yeah, I think, like, it does come from, like, my journey was born out of a bit of a tragic set of circumstances. Like, my sister passed away when I was 16, and I began really kind of relying on music at that point. But then my brother also passed away on the 2 years later, and music became an avenue for me to express things that were too big to put into words for any 18-year-old, like, kid from Tramore. And for me, it was less about trying to make the coolest song or trying to make the coolest beat or production, or the coolest melody. It was more so about, it's always been about just trying to say something that's really, really truthful and express something that is really true to me, in the melody or lyrically, and trying to find that the truest expression of myself. And if I could do that, then I'd be able to understand a little bit more about where I stand in the world, and hopefully people who connect to it could unconsciously kind of get permission to kind of find their own truest version of themselves, you know. And that's the way it's always been, you know. I've just been figuring it out. I never considered myself to be a very talented songwriter. I've written like 500 songs or 600 songs, for that record, and like we whittled it down to 12, but there's a lot of bad songs in there, you know. It's like it's a trial and error.
Well, it's number 1, so I think it's kind of, you know, that kind of speaks for itself. It probably something to do with the GA shorts. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, the 1993. Oh no, that's 95. Ted Castle's Oil.
Yeah, and is there? Sorry, I'm definitely going off script, but is there a tan or is there an oil? What?
There could be a bit of both, you know. It could easily be a bit of both.
Okay, I'll get the details of that later. It's a real look. Are you going to bring that to Wexford in a few weeks? Are you going to tan up? Are you going to are there going to be GA shorts?
I should probably try find a 90s Wexford jersey.
Can we
Lads,
get him?
please, there has to be something in Wexford.
Yeah, let's get you. If you came out in a classic Wexford GA jersey, you don't understand what that's going to do. Do you know what I mean? And universally.
Well, I mean, the Wexford jersey, I'd say
Stunning.
in the 90s GA jerseys, lads. Okay, are they're a thing of beauty.
I think we can get you one. Purple and gold would be really good with your skin tone.
Purple,
your hair, and if you oiled up, lot to be said for that.
I just get super sweaty beforehand.
Yeah. Quite the career so far, as you've mentioned. So many songs have been written, so many successes, highs, lows over the years. What's the pinch me moment?
Standing on the top of my dad's camper van with a pint of Guinness, playing to like 1,000 people from my hometown, having only really announced it like that day in the Apple Market Square. Yeah, that was nuts. Like,
I feel like some kind of weird stalker because I've been at all of these. I just happened to be.
yeah. No, it was something so crazy special. Yeah,
That was magical.
Yeah.
And again, the crowd were completely there with you. You were standing on top of your camper and
Yeah.
you were singing your songs, and it was just this completely spontaneous moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was because I'd never played a hometown show, and this is the closest thing to it. Like my dream is to play in Croke Park. Sorry, not Croke. Well, it is Croke Park, but Walsh Park back in Waterford. That's the dream, you know. And so this was a tiny taste of that, you know.
Okay, you
and what
felt
that
it.
meant. Yeah, and it's really special, honestly. So yeah, that was it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're only allowed to play one song from any of your albums for the rest of your life. So sorry. What is it?
Oh Jesus. God. Is it for me or is it for everybody else? Like, you know. So if it's me, then I'll probably play like Dashboard Confession because I can play it on guitar and I love playing it. But if it's for everybody else, do you know Sun is Shining Somewhere? I love that song. That was something that I when I wrote, I had that chorus in my mind. I had this idea like, nobody can. I just wrote it down one night. I was like, nobody can judge me, nobody but me. The sun's shining somewhere. I just got to get there. And like that, 2 years later, we wrote the song, and I was like, this needs to sound like a bit of a football chant. And like, if you could write something in a way that so many people could sing it in that way, they'd probably leave like 10% feeling better or more uplifted, you know, if you could get people to sing those words. So that's cool.
What's it like when do you know when somebody uses your track on an Instagram story or post?
Yeah.
You get notified.
Yeah.
That's kind of a mad idea, isn't it? That someone has chosen.
Yeah, it is mad. It's really, it doesn't get lost on you, you know. Like my relationship with social media is it goes up and down.
Yeah.
You know. But that is the best part of it.
Yeah, it's the nice part.
Yeah, that is the best part of it. Where you're not trying to chase an algorithm, you're seeing the fruition of what the people using it as a moment in their lives. You know? Yeah.
Shangri-La on Tremor Beach.
Shangri-La on Tremor Beach. When did I do Shangri-La?
No, I did it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I was like, this is
Shangri-La is a vibe on Tremor. I mean,
Yeah.
like, that was something that I wanted to release that to top off the album for the summer, you know.
It's just such a happy, like,
yeah, you can't
vibey.
not feel good when you hear it.
Yeah,
Like, you know, it's
yeah.
just a serotonin boost.
Yes,
you know?
it is. It is. Irish star artist that you would like to collab with.
Probably Kneecap.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. I really love what they're doing. I mean, I think the music is vibe. And yeah, I just love what they're doing. I love what they stand for, and I love the fact that they're representing something bigger than themselves.
Have you met them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good lads.
Yeah.
Real good lads. Mental, but great lads. So that would be really cool. I think I could do something very vibey there. Yeah, probably them.
Okay. Quirky habits or kind of rituals that you have. So what are you going to do before you up the Fleadh in a few weeks?
Points. No, I won't. I will have a couple though, and I'll have a few more during the gig. But do you know what? I think I have this thing, and this sounds like a like a diva thing, but it's not. It's like there's so many things going on the day of a gig. There's so many people that need questions asked about this or what's happening here, what's happening there, that we just developed this like thing. It's like after 5 p.m. there's no questions asked about the gig. Like if you don't know what's going on, you gotta ask somebody else. I can't, like I gotta get into like actual emotional mode, tuning into like I like to do like maybe for at least 20 minutes before the gig. I'll go into a room or probably my dressing room or wherever, and I'll just like sit, close my eyes, and just imagine like people coming in, or imagine people getting ready to come out, getting ready to get in the car. Imagine go through what the gig's gonna feel like, what I want to say here, what this is gonna feel like, and just get present into it, you know. And because it's so easy when you get out there to kind of just go a bit like,
yeah. You're up the flat.
Yeah, and it's so special. You only get an hour and a half.
I
Like
know.
this is my first time playing this close to home and this place with these people. Everybody's come out. I've been dreaming about this gig for months and months, you know. So yeah, take 20 minutes to settle into what it's going to be and what you're going to say, you know, and what it's going to feel like.
And not veer off that, or kind of visualize how it's going to look so that you can soak it all up. And
exactly, and be in it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Be mindful.
So I've been through gigs before where they just went over my head, and I'm like, oh God, I wish I'd done that differently. You know?
Do you meditate?
Yeah, basically meditation.
Yeah.
I meditate, and I'll just throw on. It'll do for like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Nice. Turn the lights off. Be all weird.
Yeah. No, it's not weird.
No.
I love that you're able to say it. I think it's lovely to normalize it. It's
the best thing. I love meditation. It's great.
Yeah. It's a savior in lots of ways, especially when it's something like that you just know that you need to go into a zone.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I try to do it every day, but especially on something like that, I'll be there.
You're a very present and calming person. You can just tell. You're like, no, but you are. You're a very easy person to be with. I know there's loads of people here, but I've kind of forgotten about all you. Sorry. You're in a trad session, right? So you're walking down Wexford Main Street. Are you staying actually the night?
Well, I live in Dromore, so my family home is in Dromore in Waterford, so we're not too far down the road. We might.
I think you should stay. Well, I'm just thinking like every street corner, everywhere you go, every pub, every venue has a session, like a little trad session. You know, you won't walk down the main street and you won't see a couple of kids. Or, everyone's just playing.
Okay.
So you have to pick up an instrument. I think I'm gonna say you can't have your guitar. So what instrument you?
Oh Jesus! Come on now.
What are you picking up?
Me. I can't. I mean, piano's not the same instrument. It won't work. So I would probably, if I had the opportunity to play, be bodhrán.
Can you play the bodhrán?
Absolutely not. No, I was like, I love trad. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I've like really so much time for it, and like I grew up playing hurling. Like I come from like one of the smallest parishes in Waterford.
Yeah.
Junior hurling champions 2011.
Never forget.
Never forget. Butterstown also under 16 champions 2009. And
so specific.
Ballygunner.
Oh.
And but yeah, I grew up in the in that world, and I never really was able to connect with it on a creative level. I was more I just became obsessed with like soul music and stuff.
Yeah.
But now I realize like you can do your own thing in that trad world if you're a singer. But I'd love to do bodhrán if I could. But
so if we can source you a bodhrán and a Wexford classic GA jersey, you could do your gig at Breakwater, and then who knows where you're going to be. But back to Breakwater, why do we not need to miss it? Apart from the fact that hopefully you'll be in the GA jersey. Like, why do we need to be there?
Why you need to be there is because it's the first gig after my debut album, like 40 minutes down the road from my home, where emotions are going to be through the roof. And yeah, I'm putting everything into trying to make this something as memorable, as special as it can be. You know, I've been looking forward to these gigs for like the best part of like 6, 7 or 8 months, you know. And yeah, it's about time Waterford and Wexford just combined.
Yeah,
and the southeast just got together and had the crack, like, you know.
This is a start. We're
This
sitting
is
down.
it, lads. This is it. The pints, the Fleadh, the whole thing.
I think I'm going crazy. 6 weeks in, we felt so infinite.